Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Las Vegas podcast. One more show I wanted to review with regards to all the shows that I've seen in Vegas thus far. I've already talked about Nathan Burton's show, and if you haven't heard that one, check out my podcast to hear all the details. Highly recommended. This next act I highly recommend as well. I've seen this guy, is it 3 times now? Somewhere around there, over the years, and he by far is still one of the top comedians out there. Anyone who hears the name Carrot Top instantly has an opinion of him. People either love him or people either hate him. As crazy as it sounds, even people that never met him before, they always have an instant decision when it comes to their liking. I fall into the camp where I was completely just unbiased the first time I saw him. I had very little idea, other than knowing that he did props, very little idea of what else he would do. But after seeing the show for the first time a couple years back, I became absolutely convinced that he is one of the best performers out there in Vegas. Highly recommended. Carrot Top. He plays over at the Luxor, which is that large pyramid-looking casino there on the south side of Vegas. And he's been there now for a good number of years. I think almost 6-7 years or so. Which is rare when it comes to Vegas. If there's one thing that's constant in Vegas, is that nothing is constant, but he is proving to be the exception. So that's good to hear. I mean, the Luxor loves him. He seems to love the Luxor. So it's a good place. It's a good place to recommend, because you'll be able to see him most likely when it comes to his show. So Carrot Top, yes, the comedian most famous for doing props. You would expect to see a bunch of props on his show, and you are correct. He does a lot of those jokes are relying his props. And the neat thing about him is I've seen him again several times over the years. He knows that he has repeat audiences. So what he does is that's how good he is when it comes to his work. He knows that people will come by again because of how much of a good time they had at his show. So knowing this, what he'll do is he'll rotate his props. Like, he'll create new ones. He'll even have a section dedicated to the props. It's towards the end of the show where he'll open up a trunk and it'll say new stuff or new props, and then he'll talk about whatever's happening with his props, and then do the jokes. His jokes, by the way, are some of the funniest stuff I've ever heard. I mean, he will ridicule anybody and anything on there. And what's neat too is that if there's a topic that is very all of a sudden newsworthy, like something that just comes up during the week, he'll immediately make a prop related to it, and then incorporate it into the show. One example was when last time I was in Vegas. I think that was the time when Lindsay Lohan was getting arrested by the cops. I think she had like a crash or a chase or something involving a crash of some sort. And so he made a prop that was a police car that was one of those little miniature remote-controlled police cars chasing another miniature-controlled SUV. And then he was like, "Oh, look, everybody, it's Lindsay Lohan." And then it crashes. And so it was funny. It's funny the way he does it. And that's what I mean when it comes to his props being timely on that regard. But he'll have a bunch of other stuff. If you ever have a chance on YouTube, just type in Carrot Top to give you an idea of what his props are like. Some of them are dirty, some of them are more family oriented. It's definitely not something for the kids. That's why his show starts at 8, I believe, in the evening. So if you're thinking about bringing the little ones to the show, it's not recommended, because I think he curses every now and then within the show itself, because again, it's more of an adult-oriented show. But it's not anything like the dirty comedians like Andrew Dice Clay or anything like that. No, by no means. But at the same time, it's not a family-oriented show. And then, surprisingly enough, Carrot Top also goes through a bunch of like one-liners, a bunch of regular comedy type jokes. I mean, he'll actually dedicate probably half of his show towards just standing there in the middle and going through a list of topics and going through a list of jokes. And this was what surprised me the most. He's actually a very good comedian. He's good on delivering the punchline. He's good on setting up the punchline. And then he even references stuff later on there. What he's also very good at is sound effects. I mean, he incorporates a whole bunch of stuff. He's got blaring music that comes on the right cue to emphasize a certain point. Like what he'll bring up. How many of you here just came in Vegas and didn't realize how much walking you'll have to do? And then right at that point, he'll pretend like he's walking, and he'll play that song that goes something like, "I would walk 100,000 miles." Like, he'll play that blaring, realizing that that's the experience that people are feeling like when it comes to first visiting Vegas. So, very good stuff. His prices, I think they're somewhere in the $40 to $50 range if they're on sale for like regular seats. And then if you want the VIP up close seats, then they're in more into the $50, $60 range. There are ways to get better discounts. You can either be like a preferred member like myself and get a discount when it comes to the M Life rewards, or if you buy those half-price tickets, the ones in the big red booths, you'll be able to get some better pricing on there. I think they even have some last-minute deals every now and then. Like if you show up to the box office like 10 minutes before the show starts and they haven't sold certain seats, then they'll put some deals on there too. So anyways, you're looking at around $40 to $60 on there with regards to the ticket prices. Not bad, not the best though, but somewhere right in the middle. And then also, he'll pick on certain audience members too, every now and then, especially if you're sitting in the front. I was actually picked on. Like, he picked on me throughout the show several times. So, Nathan Burton picked on me. Carrot Top has picked on me. Just to throw out some, some other names. Murray the Magician has picked on me as well. And then Armando Vera has picked on me too. I guess I just have that face when it comes to comedians and who they find to pick on. But yeah, this time luckily I didn't actually have to go up on the show, like go up towards the be on the actual platform itself, because he doesn't do that throughout his show. But he did pick on me throughout several times and made fun of me. So again, I guess I have that kind of face. So Carrot Top, again, highly recommended. Good show to watch. Not for the kids, but if you're going there with your spouse or yourself, very good stuff to check out. Again, $40 to $60 range. It's over at the Luxor. You can always try to find better deals if you can by just checking out the box office or signing up for any of those membership programs. But otherwise, good stuff. Very highly recommended. Thanks, everybody. Take care.